Hey guys, sorry I was a little bit late. Again, just getting everything settled in. I just got home. I went to had to go to the post office and get my passport renewed. But I'm live right now. If you guys want to go in. So again, this is the shuttle bus. Again, you guys already know it. I got my puppy, the other puppy in back. He's having the AC is real fresh for him, so he's enjoying it there. Let's see, make sure. Okay. So yeah, again, I haven't been live for a while, guys. Again, I've been going back and forth with deals and transactions that usually around that 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 11 p.m. time range. They get in the middle. But yeah, so the shuttle bus, again, you guys know it. I bought it for making like a tiny house travel area. Again, did it myself. I was like, let me see if I can do it myself. And I did. I was able to do it myself. And then I was like, well, let me use it for marketing as well. So I got what's it called? Got a couple of Bandit signs ordered. Humongous. You guys saw it. And I'll set it up right now. It does takes like 20 minutes to set up. I got two 5x10s on each side and one 5x5 on the back side. Pretty big signs. What's it called? It was $290 for the signs. And what I do is basically just drive the area slowly because signs flap a lot. So you got to make sure you screwed in real good so that they won't fall off or snap off. And then on the high traffic areas, let me make sure you guys are hearing me. On the high traffic areas, what I do is I just stop and maybe chill for a little bit. This time I am gonna, what's it called? Do some work. I got some work here in my laptop. Last time I was just trying to see how it went, so I just took off. I took my laptop. I wasn't able to do that much work. This time, sure. Okay, it looks like I'm working here. So yeah, this is basically it. Couple of things as far as deals that I've been working on. Again, I'm still doing the what's it called, the C buyer. Again, I'm still doing my Bandit signs. I'm still doing what's it called, everything else. Nothing's changed as far as my marketing team. I still have the same one BA. I have two transactions that are pending. I had a buyer that walked away at closing. That was a 15K assignment. It happens sometimes. Try to salvage it, try to get another buyer in time. I told the seller, say, let me try to salvage this. Unfortunately, we didn't make it in time, so he went other ways, and it happens sometimes. So yeah, let me go live here. I don't think if I have Zoom here. Zoom. Okay. Join meeting. Let me see, meeting ID. I'm pretty sad with this thing, but where do I get my meeting ID? It depends. I email. So again, hope everybody else having a good successful. I think it's been like almost close to a month that I've been logged in, and I apologize. Let's see. Yeah. It's updating. Okay. Drop the camera here. Let's see. Texas, there we go. Sorry. See what happens when it's technology. I don't know how it works. Let's check. Okay, video. Let's join that. Let's see, I made right here. Okay. To hear others, please join the Wi-Fi. Can you hear me? So let's see. There we go. Let me switch the camera. Okay. So let's do the transition. My puppy, he said he's gonna go to sleep. Hey, dude, you're awake? Okay. This is sleep. Okay, so let's get a little bit more comfortable. Okay. Walk this way. So I'm gonna walk outside right now. I'm gonna set up the what's it called, the camera, so you guys can see me install it. I mean, I'm gonna try to time myself, see how long it takes. It was like 20 minutes last time to do it. But again, I'm still here. You guys will see me around. Just look at the other camera, which is this one, and you guys will see me walking, working there. Oh, yeah. Ooh. This. I usually park. I park on the bottom of an old gas station. Gas station. A couple of screws. Yeah, can you hear me? It's me. Oh, good. There, guys. Remember, again, if you guys, like, this is pretty heavy on a weekday. But if you guys for you can get pulled over or ask me what's going on, hey, I just do what's it called? Sorry, I'll sit down. I do marketing, so they pay me to drive around with this bandit sign. Simple as that. Keep it as simple as possible. Uh, Usually people don't really care. I think it's just us that think, oh, they're gonna look at me. The show is fiberglass, so it doesn't affect it. It's you're asking between. So, so you see some of the collapses. The last time they snapped, but as long as these two are, I don't know what happens. I don't hope that anything happens to them. Last time was worried about being fresh Wednesday. Back on the easier. Sorry, Rob. Stop. So I don't know how long that took to install it. I'll check it once we go back on the video. But yeah, it's pretty much it as far as installation. You know what? Let me do a walkthrough around it. Did not do walk around so you guys can see it. See. Let me get out through the door because better. So, and that's the signs. The other side. So,
Is that formerly a car rental bus?
it was a regular shuttle bus. I don't know where it came from, but it had I think it was an 18-seater. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
I think it was,
Are the
I think it was
seats still in it? Did you take the seats out?
Oh, seats are out. I don't know if you guys. Seats are out.
You're in the bus right now.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought that was maybe your penthouse or something, you know? That's cool.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's fresh in here. So right now,
Airbnb, man, 200 a night.
I know, right? I was like, imagine I can just rent it, like, because people like my sister has used it. Well, she wanted to use it to go on vacation on it. In it, I was like, yeah, you can use it. Again, it has AC, it has a generator. So once you guys pulled over, you can turn on the generator instead of having the engine on. But if you're driving, again, it has this seater that I'm where I'm at right now. It's turned into a bed. There's an identical one next to it that turns into a bed. There's two beds. There's the two-bed on the back, two-person bed in the back, and it has this, or you can have to do some work. It has a little desk there. For you can get a nice chest and use it to store stuff while you drive. And yeah, again, the engine's pretty good. It's a pretty newer engine. Even though it's what's it called? It's this shuttle bus should run almost close to 500,000 miles on average. A good maintained shuttle bus. This one has 217, so it's pretty like halfway life on it. And again, it works for me as far as first I bought it to do it like this. Okay, when I go travel, we are planning, me and my friends, to do a fishing trip here to Corpus. So we'll use it. We'll usually go fishing. I'll probably take this. These are not mobile. These are mobile. So I'll probably take this off. Maybe put something else for them, like the fishing stuff. And it has a two-seater. Again, one seater in the back. Someone can sit in the back, chilling. I will put a TV over there in the front end. I have my battery pack. This one's lasts probably like 10 hours. Will be charged.
What is that?
And,
a power inverter? Is that a power inverter?
This is a power pack.
Yeah.
Like a standalone battery. It lasts you 7 hours with a TV and a computer and like minimal charges, right? Like the phones as well. The phones can last 6 hours for them. But I do have a gasoline inverter. that inverts, that runs everything. It runs the AC, it can run the TVs, it can run everything. So that's the plan we're gonna be doing to go fishing, and then just have it on, pull the generator out, and put it like 10 feet from the bus, run a cord for the AC, keep it fresh in here, and yeah, that's the plan for that one. But yeah, again, I've been busy with work as far as. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
Did you cover how much you pay?
Okay, for this one,
we asked.
Let me check. So this one, let me log off my. For some reason, it's not picking up my.
Can you hear me, Rob?
Did you already say what you're into that dollar wise? Uh-oh.
So yes. So I bought the shuttle bus. I got it real cheap. I got it for $2,500. Which usually the shuttle buses can run you 7,000, 10,000. All depends on what's it called, the condition. So the reason why I bought it so cheap, the guy was trying to do what I'm doing, and turn it into, but he wanted to do like a little business. So he tried it. So he tried it, but unfortunately, he I think he got caught up with work and he wouldn't finish it. And then he bought a new house, and then he had to move it out of his current house because of the HOA was charging him to live it there. And then I reached out to him. He wanted 7,000, and then I saw it, right. I've been looking for. I saw it for 7,000. It was too expensive for me. I saw it for 5,000. It dropped to 5,000. No, it was 7 and then 5,000. I was like, okay. As far as real estate, okay, this guy needs to sell because he's dropping it within like 10,000, 7,000, 5,000. So then I went to go see it with him, and it was pretty gutted. And I told him, man, you should have not gutted it because it's too gutted. Let me see it right here. I have pictures of it, of how I got it. It was like this. So he literally took off everything. He took off everything. The shell, again, he shouldn't have taken out the shell as far as the membrane that it has. Took out the membrane. It was pretty rough. And I was like, nah, man, that's that price for me, this I got it. It's too high. So that's why I got it. Then it slowly started turning into this. There you go. My box. And then of course you put the flooring, it looks much nicer. And you put another one. The desk in there.
Cool. And you don't need any stinking permit to build that thing out either, right?
No permits, just a regular bus. So then it's like, man, I can't do that price, the 5,000. It's like, if you, he's like, what are you gonna do? The real estate techniques that we use. Well, what are you gonna do with it if you don't sell it? He's like, well, I'm gonna go to CarMax and they're gonna give me 2,000 for it. It's like, oh shit, well, you know what? If you're gonna do that right now, I'll give you 25. You get the cash. So we locked it up for 25.
What year is it?
It's 2010.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's a newer one. I've seen like the old 2s, 3s, 300,000 miles. Again, this one has 217, so I don't use that often. So it's gonna take a while for me to reach up the 300,000 range. Again, engine's good, tranny's good. It's a pretty big one. So yeah, the AC works. I'm into it probably like around 4,500 with the things that I add as far as materials. paint the flooring, that both AC needed to get recharged. They were not leaking. They need Freon.
A little recharge.
Yeah, a little recharge. And yeah, so
Where do you keep it? Do you park it in your driveway of your house that you live in, or do you sit it at a grocery store, at a Walmart?
right without the signs at my house when I store it. I have a long driveway, so
No signs, it's not making you money though.
yeah. Well, when I drive it, then yeah, I put the signs up, and then I don't want people in my neighborhood knowing that what I do for. Again, I try to be as real as far as private what I do. So I don't what's it called, put the signs, keep it home. But once I drive it, like today, after this call, I'll drive around with the areas. There's a couple of areas where there's like a bottleneck of traffic. That's where you want to be. Next to traffic. And then in the bottlenecks of traffic, there's usually like a convenience store in one of the corners. I'll stop there. I'll stop right now. I'll stop there. I'll do some work on my computer. I have my computer, I have my laptop, and I have my Wi-Fi. Do some work for 30 minutes, and then go to another bottleneck, and then park there as well. And then go. I probably do like 4 bottlenecks. On Sunday, when I went last time, I did 4 bottlenecks. This one I'll do 4 more bottlenecks. It's a Friday, so it's more traffic. People are getting out of work. Saturdays and Sundays are less traffic. But again, I'll do it right now after this. And yeah, that'll be my I get to do some work. I get to do some marketing as well. Yeah, that's gonna be my Friday.
Have you gotten any calls off of it yet?
Since it's I gotten several calls for Bandit signs. I need to ask, because again, all my marketing is through one number. Is the same one that it has on the sign. Let me lower the AC. It's kind of cold. So yeah, what's it called? All my numbers, my website, everything has my same number.
Yeah.
So I keep the same. But what I do is I just ask them, where did you see my number, or how did you reach out to me?
Yeah. Did this drive you to do this because you get harassed a lot on the Bandit signs from the local authorities?
No. I just did it because I had a bus. I was like, might as well put a big sign on it. And I didn't want to have a permanent sign like a wrap.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have something
I'm sorry, I missed it. What do you got? Like a magnetic sign or something?
No, it's just what's it called, a banner sign.
Yeah, like a canvas banner sign. You get it made.
And the shell itself of the bus is fiberglass, so I just screw it in there.
Okay, so you can drive down the road and it's not flapping around, huh?
It flaps a little bit, but the point of this is to drive slow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, it does flap a little bit, but I drive slow so that what's it called? So that people can see it, and I try to do a couple of honks. People turn around. And yeah, again, I drive slow. I probably drive like 35 miles an hour, maybe 40. But you remember, there's a lot of bottlenecks within like maybe, because mind you, this city where I'm at is it's a hub of work.
Are you in Houston?
A little bit south, like San Antonio area.
Okay.
So it's a hub of work. So everybody comes to the city to work.
Yeah.
So all I do is just drive those areas again. And again, like I always tell you, if somebody wants to sell a house, they'll call me, and the number's there. So I don't have area code on my phone number because it's what's it called? This area code is pretty big as far as without having to put the area code on the phone on the billboard. And I wanted to have if you see the dimensions of my sign, the number itself is much bigger than the I buy houses area.
Yeah.
It has to be. I got that one a long time ago. Like, yeah, make sure the number itself is real big. And then the I buy a house as well can be a little bit smaller.
Yeah, you might be able to even work a deal with like an independent convenience store where you park your truck there, like $30 a day overnight or whatever, or, do him some kind of a favor, buy stuff from him and just leave it there instead of having to park it in your driveway.
Yeah, just leave it there permanently. But then again, I was like, man, this is still like, I like this. It's not just I was thinking of getting a van, a
Yeah.
smaller van, like $1,000 van that just barely drives. And that one, since cheaper, just paint it yellow, paint my blue sign on it, and then that one drop it off. Leave it there until they call me, hey, you need to come move it. This is just in the meantime, since I do plan on using it more. So just have the remove Bandit signs that I can remove. But when I want to, leave it somewhere, I'd rather just leave it there like for like a couple of hours and go pick it up, or just stay in it. Again, the AC is pretty good. Again,
You had to put your coat on because you were too cold.
Yeah, it is cold. It's pretty cold. It's right now it's like 105 out here. So it keeps it real fresh.
That's amazing.
Because it has two ACs. It has the regular AC in the front, and it has like a house AC as stuck to the shuttle bus in the back. And that was freezing.
Cool.
That was the one I'm holding right now.
Did you buy that from a dealer?
No, I bought it from somebody that had it, that wanted to do it into the same thing that I did it at.
Yeah.
But he just ran out of time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So how's your business, Rob? What do you do? Real estate as far as
No,
wholesale,
actually, I'm full-time. I'm a business development person, technology. I
wow.
started chasing foreclosures in 1988. My mentor was very experienced at it. He had 280 doors that he would buy them knocking on doors, buy them from the county courthouse steps on auction, foreclosures. And when I met him, the mortgage rate was 18% and people weren't buying houses. I mean, it was a crazy time. Inflation was crazy. His 280 properties all had one thing in common. Every one of them was underwater. They went from like $150,000 house to a $250,000, $300,000 house, and he would pull the money out to go buy other properties on the county courthouse steps, and pay off money to get people current on their mortgages. He would do wraps, and not only did the price of housing drop, but also the rent dropped and wouldn't cover the debt service. So he got wiped out. And since then, I've just been working a corporate job. I do a lot of outbound phone calls. In my life, I probably have made over 1 million cold calls.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
So I'm really good on the phone. I've got a pretty lucrative gig in my 9-to-5. My wife's a full-time real estate agent. She's been doing it for like 28 years, mostly like high-end luxury houses. She knows nothing about real estate investing. And as I'm winding down on my corporate gig, I still have a lot of spunk.
Yeah.
I want to do, set up some, not necessarily rental properties, but start off mostly doing wholesale or take it deal by deal. If it is I don't really want to be a landlord long-term, but I've also got a little bit gun shy about, it's almost like watching a movie that's a remake. The movie's in black and white, then they make it into color. You know what the plot is, you know what's going to happen. I really believe this movie that we're watching, interest rates are only at 7%. We're going to see another meltdown on the real estate market. And I don't really want to be holding on to a bunch of properties. So right now, my primary interest is just wholesale.
Okay. Yeah, definitely stay permanent in it, just in and out.
Yeah, and for now, who knows where the market's going to go? Whenever we get a collapse, there's tons of opportunity.
Yep. And that's again, I've been waiting for it since 2022. But again, it's just a lot of programs came out that kind of like slowed down what's going to happen eventually when inflation's already up there, rates are already up there. But there's still a lot of help, but inflation has to go higher. As far as the rates has to go higher to block the inflation from keeping up. and eventually it'll have to get done. And yeah, like you say,
So-
you're go ahead.
I'm also vetting VAs from the Philippines.
Okay.
I've got Mojo Dialer. Want to load them up and just call in my state, you know, in areas where I could find a flipper when I do find a project, not in the middle of nowhere. And
Okay.
it seems like I'm doing some texting and scraping the Zillows, you know, in per Justin's program.
Yep.
But also I noticed that you're in the Text Magic, there's REI Reply, but all of those recently now want you to register with them. And I think you said that you've gone through that process, correct?
I have to do them. I've noticed that, of course, now they're blocking my text. I don't text that much. My main source is RBM, but I do like one RBM every 2 seconds.
You're
not
doing
that often,
ringless
though.
voicemail? You're doing ringless voicemail still?
This
Okay.
ringless voicemails. So
So-
that's been my marketing.
I
because of the-
understand they really put a damper on that because they know you're making, the carriers know you're making, you know, 100 to 500 calls and nobody's picking up.
Yeah, so that's like me. I only do one. I have 7 numbers, right? When I do the what's it called, the RVMs, I do one RVM every 2 minutes.
Okay.
So it's not like, I think the carrier allows you to do like 16 an hour, 16 a minute.
Yeah.
But no, I just do one every 2 minutes.
And when you say you've got 7 numbers, what platform are those numbers that you're feeding into some platform or you're buying numbers on a platform?
I use the REI Reply.
Okay.
I'm still using that one. That's where I started noticing that there are blocking. The thing is like, it's kind of like blocking, but making double dipping, because if you notice, like, I noticed there a few, like last week, when I do a text, it's not a blast text. It's like I'm typing the text, right? And it says block 3034. That means
What
that
says that? Is that like the response you get back?
that's the reply that I get back, that it wasn't sent, that
No
Tulio
kidding.
blocked it because you're not registered. But wait, it'll still charge you. But then if you try it again, it'll go through. So it's they're double dipping on the price. They're allowing the second one to go through, not the first one. It's kind of like BS. You know what I mean?
Have you
If
seen,
you're gonna block me, block everything.
have you seen, I think his name is Hugo. He's in this group. He's really tech savvy.
Okay.
And he's got a program where you can use Google Voice with Text Blaster as a Chrome extension to send them. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that. No, that's
Yeah. So
pretty.
you just load in your phone numbers and you can set up for text. There's no ringless voicemail. But
There you
you
go.
just set up if you want it on a 5-second interval, 10-second, 2 minutes, whatever. And you don't have to go through a platform.
Yeah. What I do think that's gonna happen, there's gonna be another provider. Because I bet you a lot of people are gonna be leaving Tulio. So because of the blocking, because I think the dead date for blocking is gonna be August something, where they're all gonna get blocked. If you're not registered, they're all gonna get blocked. I don't think they're doing that. That's only SMS. My RBMs are still dropping. So, but again, once they block that one, I'll go to another platform where which will allow me to do the things that I need to do as far as to get done. Just a matter of time. As soon as one block,
Text Magic also requires registration unless you're using an 800 number, right?
I don't know. I've been with REI Reply for a while, maybe like 2 years.
Okay,
So I'm pretty sure it does.
cool.
But again,
Hey,
go ahead.
Is your Bandit signs a better payoff than even texting and ringless voicemail?
I probably get around 14 deals a year through my Bandit signs. I have like
One a month.
I have probably like around 15 sources of marketing. Like 9 to 15 of marketing.
Wow.
It's not only the Bandit signs. So again, there's the Bandit signs. There's foreclosures where I mail a package to them. There's the stickers, there's the bus now, there's the RBMs, there's the text messages, there's the websites, there's the door hangers, there's what's it called, word of mouth, there's the free notary that I do. I have several ones. I don't have them on top of my head, but
Yeah, yeah.
all of my marketing channels are working at the same time.
Perfect.
So
you're
but
only you're working like a major metropolitan area, San Antonio. You're not working Dallas and all over the state, huh?
no, I just stick to the same one. Again, my Metroplex, if I was to put it, it's around all of the area. I
Yeah.
market to cities. It's around 500,000 people. It's not that big, but it's not as small. So I'm like, there's people there. It's just a matter, like I tell people, you got to be consistent. A lot of people say, oh, and I have C buyer as well. I don't know if you know that I have.
Yeah,
C
I
buyer.
heard your story about Z buyers, and I think initially you were pretty hot on it.
Yep, I closed a deal for 39,000. I have 2 deals pending, one for 5,000, no, one for 15,000, and one for 20,000. The other one, the small one. So I have those 2 deals, and that paid. The first one paid for the whole year because it's 5,000 for the year, or 6,000 for the year.
You had to pay up front?
No, it's a monthly fee.
Uh-huh.
But again, the 39,000 paid for everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, and more.
And more, yeah. So,
But you got to assume that they're giving those leads out to other people too, not just you.
yeah, I do assume that. I do know that a lot of the C buyers, they don't answer the first rings. So that's why I have 7 numbers.
Yeah.
So I REM them through 7 different channels, plus my personal number, my business number, which is the Bandit number. So yeah, it's just a matter of having all consistent. Because mind you, what I tell people, if you are good, this is where the guts comes in. If you're a good closer, and you can have a good spread on your deal, let's say you make a 10K spread, you only need 20 deals to make 200K a year.
Right.
You know?
After taxes, that's not bad, but I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
even if
lot
you make-
more, there's a lot more upside.
Yeah. So yeah, even if you make, let's say you half of it is expenses and taxes, make $100,000.
Yeah. Do you have a
on
team?
10 transactions.
Do you have a team? Like a VA
It's just
team?
me-
Anybody else
Me
helping
and
you out?
just my VA. She does mainly scraping, but what I have her do now, since I'm getting so many leads from C buyer, what I get two types of leads. I get the new C buyer leads, which is our 40 a month, and then I get prospecting leads, which are the previous ones. So I have her call the previous ones, and if I get a C and I call it and nothing happens within 2 months, now she gets it. And now she's doing a cold call instead of doing an RVM. She's doing a cold call. So if she gets me 1 or 2 of those leads activated through a cold call, then that's better. That works for me. Through C buyer.
If those leads are all local, and you look at it, and I think they ask maybe what, 6 or 7 questions. That's what you know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make sense also to go knock on their door if they don't answer the phone after your attempt?
Yeah, that could be it as well. Remind you, like, again, it's not that I'm content with how much I do as far as real estate.
Yeah.
It allows me to do more things aside from real estate. So
like fishing,
hanging out with my family, again, just
yeah,
being an idol at home. What I do know, if I can clear 300,000 a year, that's
Yeah.
after everything, I'm set.
Do you have any rental properties?
I have several, not rentals. I own or finance them.
Okay.
I own or finance them. So yeah, and of course, my wife, she has a pretty good job for my area. So again, I just know how to. When I became a business owner, I transitioned from spending a lot through a W-2 employee to spending a lot less.
Yeah.
As a business owner. So yeah, again, I have money saved for when the deals come in. Like I do want to go into like a multi-family. Right now I have energy. So I can go up and down, I can do this, I can put this, I can be in the sun. But once I'm older, I'll bundle all my whatever I have in seed money to put it into like a multi-family, like 100 and 100 unit multi.
You can get those
then
on the same kind of terms now.
Yeah.
I mean,
then
for
once I
apartment
do that,
complexes, they'll do those sub 2 and carry a note.
Yep. So again, right now I like what I do is that I'm active. I'm actively doing this. If I can close last year, I think I closed like 41 deals, which is a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Considering that you have like one person on your team, that's amazing. Because a lot of people do more, but they've got like 12 people on their team.
Yep. And that's what I tell people, like the bigger the team, the bigger the overhead, the bigger you have to make. I know,
and the bigger the headaches.
Yes. And I come from a big company. I used to be a lender. I used to manage 8 people. So I know what that comes with.
Yeah,
now
stress.
Now you have to manage 8 people, 8 different type of characters, 8 different type of emotions. And I was like, nah, I did that for 8 years. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go back into that. Eventually, once I kind of feel like I'm tired of what's it called, of going out there, then I'll get someone to replace me and keep the business working, but replace me, an acquisition manager and a disposition manager, and I'll be just the CEO over here, just touching base every month, just to make sure that everything's done properly.
Have you reached the point where you're getting referrals off of deals that you've done? You know, those people have friends that are in a similar situation.
Yep. Part of the what's it called, the C buyer, and any deal that I do offer what's it called, a referral bonus. If I buy a property, I'll give you $1,000 from somebody else. Let's say if I buy a property, so it does referral. And of course, my number, like if you Google my number in my area, again, it's plastered all over the county. So people know me. That's why I always tell people, like, it was like in 2019, I saw an influx from being like me and other people, like maybe like 2 people doing bandit signs to like 50 bandit signs of different people. And then what happened after that, the consistency, they left. Now there's only like me and 2 other people that do bandit signs. I would say that consistency will kill your competition. So yeah, so now it's just me that I'm consistent in doing my bandit signs. So my bandit signs, my shuttle bus, my door hangers, my stickers, my websites, my GMBs, my YouTube channels, all that stuff, it's consistent. So it helps me be active as far as people know my number. And now with this bus, this is where I was not scared, but I was like, man, what if I go and I get pulled over? What's gonna be my response? Hey, I do marketing. This guy hired me from Craigslist to.
Why would you get pulled over and harassed?
Well, because you never know, but you got to be quick, think quick on your feet. Because again, I do get called. Because remember, the bandit signs, it's my phone line. It's my other phone. It's this one. So I do get called from the city at times.
And what do they say? Come take your signs down.
So the way that I answer it is like, Mister, I apologize. I'm only the answering machine company that answers calls. Yeah.
I'm in the Philippines, right?
And I quoted the same thing that I don't know if you know that I do guerrilla marketing. Do you know which that is?
I know exactly what guerrilla marketing it is.
Okay. So one of the strategies is basically putting a for sale by owner sign on a house that you can't get a number to.
Yeah, I heard you say that before.
So again, how do you
call and they say, what the heck's going on here?
Yeah. Well, Mister, I apologize. I'm just an answering company. I was hired to answer the call. I do apologize. Let me have your number. I already have your number. Let me have your name. I'll have my boss, the person that hired me, call you back.
The sign company dropped the sign on the wrong address.
That, or just call and as a new person.
Yeah. So when you do get a call from the city, do they want to fine you, or is their motivation really just to get you to remove the sign?
They say, please don't do it again. They're not that. I haven't had someone that does tell me, hey, where's your number? Or to tell your boss that we're gonna sue them. Not yet. I've been doing this for 4 years already.
Yeah.
Because again, there was, like I was telling you, there was an influx of this bandit signs in 2019, 20, to where I literally I tracked them. I used to get their number and put them in a sheet. There was like 54 new numbers of Bandit signs.
All about real estate or pressure washing and I
yes.
buy old
No, no, no.
cars and old
Real estate.
appliances?
No, straight real estate.
Okay, wow.
So it went like this. It was like me and other people, like maybe like 2 people more. It was,
Yeah.
and then it went like, and then it dropped.
Do you think it dropped because they got intimidated because of the phone calls from the city?
They dropped because they thought they saw a YouTube video. They saw it was gonna be easy, and then when they noticed that it's not just, you might get lucky,
Right.
but if not, if you don't get lucky, then that's where the consistency has to come in.
Yeah, yeah. How many
if
Bandit signs do you think you have out there like now?
I do like around like 1,200 a year.
1,200?
A year. So I've been doing it for 4 years. Some stay up, some get dropped out, but I
Right.
do consistently 100 a month.
So are you nailing them to telephone poles, or you put up their own little sign where it's got to stand like a
No,
real
on the-
flimsy
yeah.
stand?
Yeah, I don't pay for the stand. So again,
You
what's it
just
called?
nail them to the telephone pole, huh?
Yeah, high so that they won't come down. And some of them do stay longer than others. But the thing is, like, I drive my areas. I drive for dollars. When
Yeah.
I'm driving for dollars, I have my, like here, I have my Bandit signs but I do have it, what's it called, in my truck. So when I drive around, I have my Bandit sign stapler and everything. And then when I see a sign that came down in that area, poof, I go out there. Literally, the reason why I got the valor and to do it during the day, it was when COVID happened. They did what's it called, a curfew.
Okay, yeah.
And you couldn't go out after 10 p.m. So like, man, I had to put the Bandit sign. So I was literally doing it during the day.
So you have like a ladder in your truck and you just put on a step ladder and just go far enough away from someone could reach it, huh?
Yep. So that nobody can have access to it. And yeah, again, that's pretty much.
In
And
the
just being
county,
consistent.
in the county that I live, they actually have a crew that goes around and they've got this long pole that's sharp on the edge, kind of like a nail remover, and they just shove it up there and remove it. You see them, when you're driving down the road, you see the crew, but
Yeah.
that's only in that one particular county. The other counties, you'll see tons of Bandit signs for everything. We buy old appliances, we buy old cars. So that those areas are a little safer, or your
Yeah.
sign's going to last longer versus an area where you see no Bandit signs.
Yep, that's true. Like in my area, there's the code compliance persons. They always drive around. But I know they're lazy. So again, sometimes they are lazy and they see it and they just drive by it. It helps me. But yeah,
Cool.
again,
What kind of fishing are you into?
I personally don't like fishing, but my friends do. So just again, so I can just hang out with them. I'll go fishing. I went
So
fishing
they said,
once.
"Hey, let's take your van and go fishing." How's that
Yeah,
sound?
and
You said, okay, great.
That's why one of the reasons why I bought the bus, because I wanted to like have my friends do something together. You know what I mean? So yeah, they like fishing. I don't like fishing, but I'll go. I'll just hang out. So yeah, that's basically what I
Return your
mean.
phone calls, send text messages, and all that stuff. Hey, are you a musician too?
Nope. I wasn't
Okay.
gifted. My sister was with a voice. I wasn't. I told my parents like, you don't know how far I would have gone with a good voice.
Yeah.
Singing. But
Well,
again,
the reason I say that is because small bands that are just starting up, they don't get paid a lot. That bus would be perfect for them too. They can put their gear in there, place to sleep from town to town.
that is true. Yes, that would have
The
worked.
big buses like the Prevost, those cost $2,000 a day with a driver.
Oh wow.
And they might only make $600 a day for their gig.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it is pretty, again, the AC itself in the valley where I'm from, you have to have AC.
Right.
You have to. It's a necessity.
I'm
Again,
in
this-
Georgia. It's the same thing.
So yeah, there we go. Same hot weather.
Well, cool. Hey, I'm going to let you get back to what you're doing. I thank you so much for jumping on, showing us your bus and talking to me.
Definitely, Rob. If you have any questions, again, I'm always open here. I'm trying to go be more consistent on the Fridays. If not, there's a group, and again, we'll try to help you as much as possible.
Understood. My laptop right now has got some problem with the video camera, else I would have my live
Okay, no
video
worries.
on.
Yeah.
I've got one coming in, so the next time I'll be able to see it face to face.
Perfect. Sounds good, Rob. You
Keep
have
on
enjoy
rocking
your
it,
Friday and
man.
weekend.
You're tearing it up.
Definitely.
Enjoy the weekend.
Likewise.
Take care.
Likewise. All right, guys. So yeah, I've been here. Now it's time to do the drive around and get some calls in. But again, like I was telling Rob, be consistent. That'll kill your competition. Stay safe, be well. Again, I apologize for not logging in. Oh, update, my rib finally healed, right? I have broken it like a month and a half ago. But yeah, we're back at it as far as playing soccer. Yeah, you have any questions? There's a group. Again, everybody can help you. Justin, Claude does lives as well. Again, there's multiple people that are real knowledgeable there. I do personally do sub twos, wraps, and wholesale. Again, Justin does more like a more pretty house. He's more knowledgeable with that. But yeah, we can always help you guys. If you have any questions, log in and let us know. Be safe, be well. Again, I'm gonna do the driving now. The fun part, get some calls in. Everybody have a good Friday and a great weekend. Be safe.